Niranjan, can I use my earphone?
Yeah, you can use. You able to hear me right now?
Now it's very clear.
Ma'am, you can bring down the camera a little bit, the lower level.
Like this?
No, down. Because no, after some time, what happens is it goes up. It slides towards.
Fine.
Yeah. Yeah, better. Is that your office, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't tell me.
Ma'am, are you comfortable?
Yeah.
Can we
Fine.
start in some 2 minutes? 2 to 3
Yes.
minutes? Yeah.
Okay. I have to like click this continue, isn't
No,
it?
nothing, ma'am. You can just go on sliding the.
What is this?
No, you can. Yeah. You can use your this one, ma'am, keyboard. The arrows.
Yeah, I'm using my keyboard.
Yeah. The arrows will guide you. It will take
Hmm.
to the next slide. If you're comfortable, I would start in a minute or two.
I'm fine. Ready?
Yeah, the session is at 11:45, so I'm just waiting.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
No issues.
Okay. Uh, Good morning, one and all. We welcome all the participants back to the session, back to the faculty development program, Advances in Highway Technology and Traffic Systems. I would like to mention or inform a small change in the speaker today. We had Mr. Jnanendra, the Additional Commissioner, Transport Department, Bangalore Urban, who was supposed to speak on road safety in Bangalore. Because of an urgent meeting with the government um, officials, we have with us an equally potent personality, Miss Asha Abikar. Actually, in fact, she's a doctor. Uh, we, with great pride and honor, I welcome Dr. Asha Abikar. I would like to give a brief introduction about Dr. Asha. She hails from Puttur, Dakshin Kannada. Madam had her early education at Puttur, an MBBS graduate from Adi Chunchanagiri Institute of Medical Sciences, Bangalore. Madam joined the government service in 1995 as a general duty medical officer at Primary Health Care Center, Sarve, Puttur. She also worked as Taluka Health Officer, Puttur, the District Project Management Officer, Chikmagalur District. Dr. Asha served as a Deputy Director at Karnataka Health Systems Development and Reforms Project for 7 years. Madam has also worked as Program Manager for Road Safety and Emergency Health Care Services in a World Bank funded project, KHS DRP. Currently, Dr. Asha is working at Karnataka State Road Safety Authority as a Deputy Director Health. With this great experience, we request Madam to take over the session and enlighten us. Thank you, Madam, for being with us and very kindly accepting to be a speaker for our FDP. We are delighted to have you.
Thank you, Niranjan.
Yeah.
Okay, today I'm speaking on behalf of my boss, Mr. Jnanendra. He's a postgraduate of engineering and he's attending a meeting. So on behalf of him, I'm going to talk nothing much about technology, maybe something about what we are doing and what the state is doing for road safety. And actually, it all started with a writ petition of Paramananda Katara in 1989 pertaining to Article 21. It is about obligation of the state to preserve life and obligation of a medical professional to extend services during emergencies. And there was another petition of Dr. Rajshekharan against the Union Government of India in 2012. He also prayed the court that the government should enforce road safety norms and every victim should get appropriate treatment during road crash accidents, because he had to witness a two-wheeler rider being shunted from one hospital to another over a span of 3 years and the person succumbed. So in this respect, Supreme Court formed a committee in around 2014, whereas Government of Karnataka had already established a road safety cell in 2013. And this same cell has been upgraded as Karnataka State Road Safety Authority, wherein all the stakeholders from all departments pertaining to road crashes. The first question I remember Niranjan asking me is, Madam, what is a doctor doing in road safety? What can you do? No, I agree, I come at the after the crash, post-crash. But finally I found, even as a doctor, you need to have passion to work for road safety. And I've had many gurus for me. To mention, I've had Dr. Gururaj, who is a doctor and has been working for road safety for several years. And maybe I should always remember Dr. Aruna from your institute, like MS Ramaiah Medical College, who always guided me through this journey. So with this, we have now got upscaled as the authority from the road safety cell. And since I had worked as a program manager for road safety for health department, I was posted here. And we are all five class one officers from all departments. My boss is the additional commissioner for transport. And then we have a DYSP, we have an education officer, we have an executive engineer for PWD. Actually, he was the better person to speak here when it comes to technology. And then we also have myself. So with this background, I think so we will go into the scenario of what is happening in India. When we look at this slide, we know that Karnataka is still within the first 6 states which is contributing towards road crashes, and we have also high fatalities. And when we speak about the causes, since we are also reducing the GDP, and we also know that the two-wheelers are two-wheeler crashes are contributing towards accidents, and we are losing breadwinners of this country. Like the age group is within 18 to 40. We all know every minute someone is losing a brother, a son, a father, a cousin, a relation, a neighbor. So this is very pathetic, because a healthy person who is going on the road, he is driving his vehicle and he is lost, or he is handicapped, or he falls into injury, he loses his daily livelihood. So many families are losing so many families are falling onto the road, or they depend on someone else. So this is a serious issue which in all of us should contribute to. So this is the profile of Karnataka state. Our population is around 6.4 crores. This is 2011 census, but it is now a little bit more, maybe nearing 7 crores. As of June 30th, we have 2.5 crores vehicles, of which 1.91 is two-wheelers. And as I already said, the two-wheeler accidents are major accidents throughout the world. It is not only in India. And we have a total road network of around 2.9 lakh odd kilometers. So this is the scenario. This is the statistics of road accidents in Karnataka state. So we have around, as of now, 93.3 accidents per day, like this 94 accidents. We have approximately 4 accidents per hour, 25 fatalities per day, and around 1 fatality per hour. So this is the situation. Looking into the statistics of Bangalore, we have had almost 3,000 to 5,000 accidents every year since 2017, and 700 to 600 fatalities since 2017 every year, and around 4,000 to 2,000 injuries. Now, someone may question what happened during the lockdown. Surprisingly, Supreme Court also, the committee which has been reviewing our activities, also commented that, okay, your fatalities or accidents have not come down during the lockdown. But what we found is these accidents were more due to human error, because people were taking the easy route out. They used to go and they started going in through the one-way roads and there were a lot of head-on collisions. People started, the students or maybe youngsters started doing wheelies on the roads. They started getting into problems. So lockdown didn't reduce the accidents, but it was approximately the same. If I should talk about the things, I will speak more about my experiences. When I was I was in the project, and I was supposed to hire a road safety consultant for the districts wherein we were doing our projects. I had the chance to interview some engineering graduates who I wanted to take as consultants. And when I asked them, what do you think is contributing to accidents and what is happening? Surprisingly, they were not talking about speeding or they were not talking about human error. They were talking about everything else except speeding and human error. So finally, I ended up not hiring anybody because I thought if they don't understand that there is a lot of human error while driving and speeding is, they don't find speeding as a cause. I didn't find them worth of being hired. So while talking, basically, used to feel whether we drive a Audi or a Maruti Omni or whatever, the objective is to reach a place. It's moving from one place to another. Model of the car or the thing. And next is how you take it. So while taking it, it is important that we drive safely. And the modern day technology, like many things, are contributing towards these accidents, which I think it's a common understanding that speeding, human error, mobile use, drink and drive, these are all reasons. Coming to our authority was formed in 2017. We are governed by an act framed by the state. We are independent body. We have all the following departments involved. We are trying to do a holistic approach towards road safety. We are doing enforcement. We have our own funds and various departments are trying to do. Initially, every department would work on its own, but as of now, we are trying a holistic approach by bringing all the stakeholders under the same roof, under the same umbrella, and we are trying to approach this problem, this social cause, in a holistic way. So this is how we are governed. We have a state road safety council, which is advisory in nature, which is chaired by the Honorable Transport Minister. And we have our authority is chaired by the Chief Secretary himself. We review in that meeting, the policy matters are reviewed and all the activities and initiatives pertaining to road safety in the state is taken up. There is also a steering group on road safety, and each district has a committee headed by the deputy commissioner or district commissioner. Every 3 months, the road safety aspects like the accident statistics, the black spot review, the rectification implementation is all reviewed over there. Any new matters are decided there. They are given a certain budget which they look into. So this is the 4 E's of road safety: engineering of roads and vehicles, enforcement, emergency care, and education. When starting from education, I would feel, my feelings is we should start inculcating education of road safety from a younger age. I remember when I was small, when we were taken to the roads and we were made to cross roads very carefully, which we can't find now. Our youngsters are being like, our youngsters are more interested in driving rather than the safety aspect. And we find pride in teaching our youngsters, underage children driving. I found many of ourselves we are very proud to say that our children have achieved something at a very young age. And there we are failing to teach them what is the purpose of driving and where are we going, what do we need to learn in a vehicle, and the mechanics of behind it, mechanics behind not hurting someone else. Hurting myself is okay, but hurting someone else, there are some things which we have to inculcate in our children at a very young age, which is not happening as of what I know now. Now, coming to the engineering of roads, Black spot has been defined by Morth as a stretch of road about 500 meters in length, wherein there are more than 5 accidents and 10 fatalities in all 3 years put together, which involves fatal and grievous injuries. So this is the protocol followed by given by Morth, and transport and road PWD being a state subject, we have also followed the same protocol. And in Karnataka state, already 492 black spots have been identified by the police and with consultation of PWD. Since the establishment of this authority, rectification of around 700 spots approximately has happened. And the Supreme Court Committee for Road Safety is reviewing our progress once in 3 months, which is like we have done a very good progress. So the meeting has not happened for the past 6 months. We have been able to reduce marginal reduction in the number of accidents and deaths. And we have been able to do the rectification of the black spots. And there has been a committee which has been formed at every taluka level, having a engineer, a police inspector, and a transport official, which reviews or which goes to every black spot or an accident spot where there have been major deaths. And in those, that committee gives a report over which the district road safety committee makes short-term measures and takes up and recommends for long-term measures. And under the PWD wing, we have strengthened the system of road safety audit, which will take place during designing, construction, and after completion of every new road. And there is a road safety review of the existing roads periodically. And the engineering aspects, like after the recommendations come in, first they go in for the road short-term measures, like speed calming measures or putting up signages, lighting up the paths, footpaths, and looking into the wayside amenities. This is all being looked in. And training of road engineers through effective and scientifically designed training programs about new technologies is happening. And recently, under the guidance of, or I must say, because of the instructions of Chief Secretary, the PWD department, involved few local engineering colleges and road safety audit of very, very high accident roads were taken up, and the recommendations proposed. Those colleges have given us recommendations, which we have placed before the meeting, and subsequently budgets will be released. Coming to enforcement and police, this is a very interesting part. We all resist enforcement. Recently, the Motor Vehicle Act was amended. The fines were brought up, causing a huge uproar in the country. And a few states decided upon reducing the fine. But as of what I understand, reducing the fine or increasing the fine is very easy. People have money. They are ready to throw it around. But actually, I would wish that finally the court takes a stand that you kill somebody in an accident. I wish it'll be considered as murder itself, and he should be really punished severely. Now, one person, he goes into the jail, he comes back after some time, he will start doing the same thing. So under the police, we are going to introduce e-challan, like regarding fines on the spot, and it will be offline also. They don't need internet. Police department is already covered around 70%, and soon it is going to be introduced in the transport department also. Considering in the transport department, we have taken up heavy vehicle driver training institutes is being taken up in Banglore and Kalburgi. We already have 18 automated driving testing tracks, functional, and 3 are under consideration. Like I'm going to talk about the state support program, wherein the World Bank and ADB is going to fund us, and our every district is going to have a automated driving testing track. We already have 3 vehicle inspection and certification centers functional, and 2 under our construction. And what I understand about the automated driving testing tracks, if I'm right, the curb hits are what is considered when a person goes in for a driving test. It is completely automated. There is no human intervention, and the mistakes are found by curb hits. I believe there are 8 patterns in which the person has to drive in, and there is no human intervention. It was not so when I went for a test. Basically, I got a driving license very easily. First time. The second time, they actually made me drive. But whatever, as of what I have analyzed our reports, hardly 2% of women drivers are at fault. So the major culprits are male drivers. I should not say males, male drivers, and even the deaths are more in males. And in my 18 or 20 years of driving, I have never scratched my vehicle, whereas my husband has got so many dents as a proof of what driving he does. So, so now there is a proposal to implement scientific management system, which will comprise of modern transport system, intelligent traffic management system, and safe solutions. And the proposal is before the government, and hopefully it will get approved and we will be able to do it. And regarding this, I wish my boss was around, so he could have spoken more about it. I'm sorry. Being a doctor has own disadvantages. Now, coming to the education department is preparing syllabus on road safety, which will be put into the textbooks of primary, middle school, and PU colleges. This syllabus is actually easy, maybe for a KG child, you can give 3 colors and ask what is stop. You color the stop, you color yellow and color green, and always, as everyone knows, when the signal comes on and it is yellow, people want to rush through. It is not like you alert or stop or wait or something, it is rush. And so many times we have found each other just hitting each other during that rushing through period. Because for one person it is go, and for one person it is halt. And same way from our authority, we were able to establish road safety demonstration rooms, or we called it Raste Surakshata Kotadigalu, in many PU colleges in the high accident district zones, like in Tumkur, Chitradurga, Mandya. We have established these rooms. We have given it projectors, and we have given their demonstrations on how roads driving has to happen, how they have to follow the road safety rules, what is traffic rules, what is enforcement. And this has been established in more than 5 high accident districts. Now, coming to my own department, health. When it comes to accidents, we don't play a major role in preventing them. But once the accident happens, our role comes into picture. The first major change we did was based on the statistics as provided by the police and as decided by the department. We strategically placed our ambulances in the high accident zones, so that the road crash victim will have access to healthcare facility, the nearest healthcare facility, wherein the post-crash victim will be stabilized. If not treated, he will be triaged at the point where he is received in. And in triaging, we try to segregate the people who come in and try to do early referrals. We stabilize the person, giving first aid and necessary, treating him for shock, trying to reduce the bleeding, trying to treat his wounds, and immediately refer him to the right hospital. So the person receives right treatment at the right time and is sent to the right place. A head injury person being sent to a taluk hospital will not help because he will need a CT scan. So this is the strategy which the health department is taking. Then we are now giving awareness about handling and shifting road accident victims. We already, everybody know, if you are at a spot, half the time we don't respond. We don't want to handle the patient because we don't want to bloody our vehicle. And in spite, if somebody stops, the way he handles the patient will die on the by the handling himself. Because if he would have a injury, by they lift him just like holding a gunny bag with his two limbs and just swing him into the vehicle. So, and not protecting his neck and not protecting his spine, he can die of it only. So this awareness we are trying to spread towards, and we are trying to put in first responder training in the sense to the nearby workshop shops or drivers or the first responders being the police and the transport officials. We are trying to give this first responder training to them, giving awareness of how they should respond and how they should shift and handle road accident victims. And coming to our hospitals, as of now, our district hospitals and taluk hospitals, they are working as trauma care centers, but our district hospitals, most of them are attached to medical colleges, so they already are working as trauma care centers. Irrespective of this, we do have 8 trauma care centers which are functioning under Government of India. And the next important part is capacity building. Our hospitals, we are usually trained as a doctor. Then someone who does postgraduate knows more than what I know in his subject. But in a hospital, in a government hospital, one person doesn't practice his own system. He practices everything. Like he works in the casualty on rotation base. So there is a need of upgrading his skills in trauma care. So this capacity building is happening through various educational institutions. I even had a chance like collaborating with MS Ramaiah Medical College for giving advanced life support training and basic life support training to our hospital people. We were able to conduct around 12 batches of skill-based training. So it was a very nice opportunity to me. And coming to online registry, this is now being shifted to IRAD. We are getting into a project called IRAD. I will just give you the explanation in the next slides. And coming to post-hospital care, all the accident happens, the victim goes home, but there is some residual handicap which we have to look into and ensure he is rehabilitated for life. Okay, he has lost a limb, then he has to be rehabilitated to look after his family, or at least he has to do his own work. So we are planning to establish physiotherapy units at district levels. Our few districts have physiotherapy units, which is not so good functionally. Now we want to set up good units so that people will be benefited of it. And the major thing is when an accident happens, people are not coming forward to help. And there was a very, there are bad examples wherein we find people doing, making videos of it. Hopefully, it doesn't happen. And Karnataka state was one of the pioneer states to enact Karnataka State Good Samaritan Act 2016, which is being now copied by many other states and which was amended in 2018. It makes the witness or the person who helped the accident victim attend, not being harassed by anyone. He is free to go at any time of his wish to give a witness to the police station and the court. It is cleared out very fast, and we are hoping to encourage people to come forward to help people like accident victims, so that we can help or save many more lives and prevent injuries and complications. Now, coming to the road safety projects in Karnataka, as of now, we have 6 to 8 projects. The recent one is Bloomberg Philanthropies Initiative for Global Road Safety. It is a 6-year project, and it will be taken up in the Bangalore metropolitan region, in Bangalore city and Ramnagara district. The initiative is collaborating us with many technical experts such as World Resource Institute, then in a global road safety partnership with John Hopkins, Bloomberg Public Health School, National Association of City Transport Office, Global Designing City Initiatives, and International Association of Chiefs of Police. So they will look into all aspects, like they will go through all stakeholding departments. They're going to collaborate with us. They're going to look into the gaps. They're going to advise us. And it is a purely philanthropic initiative. Karnataka government is not going to have any fund or not going to pay anything. They are going to give us technical advice, technical assistance, training for the personnel, and they are going to help us, like giving us recommendations, and we are going to try to accept them. We are going to use it as a pilot in the BMR region and then try to upscale if possible. The next project we have is the IRF project, is International Road Federation Indian chapter. It has taken up stretches of 131 kilometers on the NH98 from Nelamangala to Hirur bypass. It is one of our high density accident stretch, which contributes for more than 30% of our accidents of Karnataka. It will also provide us assistance. It is going to conduct a study with respect to engineering of the roads, engineering of the vehicles, education and road safety enforcement, emergency care, 5 kilometers either sides of the road. It is doing a gap analysis. It is going to give us recommendations. They have already started their work, and we have been cooperating with them. Next is our MORTH program, Integrated Road Accident Database. It is an initiative of the Road Ministry, Road Transport, Highways with World Bank loan assistance. Now here, what we do is, there are 4 departments involved. First is the police, next is the transport, next is PWD, and finally health. It is an app which we have and which has been developed, and IIT Madras is giving its technical advice regarding this app, and it is being looked after National Informatics Center of Bangalore. What we do is, as soon as an accident happens, the police personnel, he goes with his uh, either a tab or his own phone. He records the accident site and he geotags the accident spot for ensuring accurate recording. And then there is analysis of the black spot, and a unique ID is created for that black spot. Next, the PWD person, he logs in to the same app and this unique ID number. He receives a alert for it. He goes to the spot. He also analyzes, he fills in the data. Next, the transport official, he puts in the condition of the vehicle. He puts in all the details regarding the vehicle number, the chassis number, then the damage and fitness. He goes into the details of the statutory thing like fitness and all. Then later, the health department is alerted, the hospital is alerted with a unique ID, the doctor enters and he just puts in what treatment he has given the person, and it is recorded. It is not editable. No one can tamper the records. And hopefully in future, this can be used as evidence for the court also. And moreover, the geotagging of the accident spot, this app will give us the report which we need. It will identify the black spot which is being which we are doing now manually, and it will be evidence based, and rectification of these spots will be easier. And we are hoping that we will be able to reduce accidents and also fatalities, including injuries. Any technical error and on part of the during construction of the road, we will be able to overcome. And naturally, finally, it depends on us how we, like, accidents can be reduced only by us. Whatever technology we use or whatever rectifications we do, unless we drive safely, I don't think so we'll be able to do much. Coming to state support program, this is a very ambitious program. It has been taken up by MORT with the assistance of World Bank and ADB in 14 states, of which Karnataka is one, because we are the highest contributors towards India in road accidents and fatalities. The vision is zero road fatalities on Indian roads. The project duration is around 6 years. And under this, 4 departments are going to be stakeholders. And under state support program, each department is given a set of mandatory and elective parameters. And it is regarding risk mapping on the roads, then 100% implementation of IRAD project like database, setting up automatic driving training centers and fitness centers, then issuing on-site challans to be taken up by the transport department and police department. In the 6 years, it's going to be done in a phased manner, and GPS fitment in all the ambulances, including empanelment of private hospital ambulances. In case of the department, all ambulances are GPS fitted, but we are yet to empanel the private hospital ambulances. We are almost in par with American or Western country standards. We have around 911 ambulances in the state. This is only government ones, excluding the hospital-owned ones. So around, as per our transport department records, we have around 5,000 ambulances in Karnataka itself. So we are in par with Western standards. The thing is, utilizing them in the right way and how to manage them is the constraint which the department is looking into. And as of what everyone knows, there is a 108 free toll number which is being used in a very good way. When we speak about the state support program, we are given mandatory and elective parameters in this program regarding in these functions. We have to select out of 3 mandatory parameters. And in case we completed, we are given an incentive. There is a challenge fund, because many a times, many states are not able to complete their goals or parameters which has been set up. And whichever set up goals, when we are not able to finish them, their money will be transferred to that challenge fund, which can be contested by the states which have completed their parameters, and that it can be used for a better, maybe a new practice or a better lesson learned by the state. And that is the option which they have given. And there are few elective ones which we can elect, and we can ensure that we take up some programs. We are free to do any programs under that thing. So hopefully we will be able to realize the dream of zero road fatalities on Indian roads. Then the next is the cashless treatment for accident victims in it is and creation of a motor vehicle accident fund. This has been created under the sections of 162 and 164B of Motor Vehicle Act 2019. The scheme has been proposed by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. The aim here is to provide cashless treatment for road accident victims, and it has to, the person can go to the nearest appropriate hospital, which is during the golden hour. Now, speaking about the golden hour, it is the first 60 minutes in which the road accident victim has to be transported to a hospital so that the outcome of that road accident victim is better, or we are able to save a life. Half the time we find that accident victims, the crash is so huge or big, we find deaths on the road itself. Then partly the victim dies on the way because the injuries are so severe. And then the people who reach the hospital, I would say around 80%, unless the injuries are severe, we are able to save them. So, and many a times accidents happen anywhere. We know it is a dynamic thing. No one has control over accidents. So if we are able to reduce fatalities to ensure by ensuring stabilization during the golden hour and refer, and reduce the out-of-pocket expenditure for the victim, I think so we will be realizing our goal. Now, what is the benefits? The cap treatment is 2.5 lakhs per person per accident, and anyone, even a foreigner, can avail the service of this cashless treatment. During the process, there are three types, like you can accidents happening by a insured vehicle or an uninsured vehicle or a hit and run. So when it comes to an uninsured vehicle, the expenditure is borne by March and the vehicle owner is penalized. And then whatever money penalization happens, it goes into this fund, the motor accident vehicle fund. Then in case of an insured vehicle, the treatment part is paid by the insurance company, as it happens always. And in case of a hit and run case, when the vehicle is not identified, the treatment is paid by the general insurance company. So this is a collaboration between the general insurance company and MORTH, and this will be managed by the National Health Authority. They are the third party TPPs. And hospitals, when it comes to hospitals, the hospitals are empaneled. They should have some certain parameters in their hospital to treat cases. Around 24 procedures under this scheme will be free of cost. And if the patient has PMJY, like Prime Minister Jana Arogya scheme, if he's empaneled under it, the first 2.5 lakhs will be covered under this treatment, and the next part will be covered by that. In case he doesn't have this facility, then the 2.5 lakhs, he will be treated until 2.5 lakhs in the empaneled hospital, and then he will be shifted to a government hospital, wherein his treatment will be continued. So this is a very good scheme as of what I know. So it is under consideration, like we are yet to roll out it because of the corona expenditure the governments are facing. But this is going to be rolled out very soon. And once this is rolled out, it's going to help many people and it's going to save people, because hospitals are not going to refuse anyone. Now, this is another zero fatality corridor. It is being taken up by Save Life Foundation and MORTH. Save Life Foundation is a very huge NGO which is working towards road safety since many years. I had a very good opportunity to mingle with them. And this is proposed in the states of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, and West Bengal. In Karnataka, 2 stretches have been selected for the pilot, like NH44 Silk Board Junction to Atibele and NH275 Nidagatta to Mysore section, 61 kilometers. The work plan is to analyze the data and prepare an interim analysis. They're going to do the gap analysis and risk finding. Then they were going to take up the audit, crash vulnerability audit based on the data, what is available. They're going to prepare a detailed set of recommendations. They're going to present it to the government. Government is going to look into it, try to implement, and then finally there's going to be a status report. And then maybe if it is feasible, a final report will be presented. Now, this is another scheme to encourage people to come forward. As of what everyone knows, Good Samaritan is a person who helps victims during the accident within the hour of within the golden hour, without any, who is not known to you, to a person who needs help, and within who has no, what I should say, who's not going to get advantage or not going to get paid for doing that service. So there is going to be an award to the Good Samaritan. It is an initiative to award Good Samaritans who save lives. And the period of this is from 2021 to 2026. We have already received a fund for it. And the objective of the scheme is to motivate general public to help road accident victims in emergency situations, to help others, motivate to help. The award will be a cash award, and MORTH will also give annually a 5 lakh grant to the department to give this, and it will be every month through the district road safety committees. Good Samaritans will be recognized and they will be given a check of 5,000 rupees per incident. So whether it can be a shopkeeper who stays near a road safe black spot, he can avail this award. And every year there is going to be a single award per state for the best one in the month during this time when we have the road safety month. There is a celebration every year wherein we conduct programs on road safety campaigns in every district, every taluk, under the Police and Transport Department. And we have a portal developed wherein this Good Samaritan details can be put in, and then the awards will be announced through it. I think so. This is my last slide, if I'm not wrong. Yes. So road safety is nobody's baby, but I think so. All of us have been through this, either a small scratch, small accident. I don't know how much help I was able to do. I'm more explained on what is the authority doing towards this road safety. We have been able to reduce marginally, little bit, but hopefully we are able to put in much effort and do things. Things are going very slowly. We are putting in just baby steps, but we are going to grow. And once we grow, I think so, it's going to help the state coming up. We hoping to put in more, increase the GDP, and save many lives, save many families. And this is my passion. Thank you for hearing. I don't know how much justice I made, but anyway, thank you for hearing me out. And if there are any technical questions, I think so you can forward it to Niranjan, and I will be able to make my boss answer them. And if there are any questions which I'm able to answer, maybe I will do it. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Any questions, queries by the participants? The forum is open for any kind of discussion. Madam has given an exhaustive presentation, information. Despite of that, are there any questions from the participants' queries? Huh? Okay. Ma'am, there are no questions. I would simply end this session with a wow. Yeah, there's a question from Ms. Archana. The question is as goes: IRC code, is it available for road safety audit? There's
Yes.
a question.
Yes. I know about the IRC course, but it is more of my colleagues' purview. The executive engineer is on leave, but I will get back to you. I think so. We are following them. During the audits, we are looking into them, because I've heard about it during the discussions.
Okay. Yeah, I hope your question is answered, Mr. Sinha. Thank you.
Let her put it in a mail. Can you please share our email ID?
Yeah, I would share.
They can ask questions, and my boss will answer them.
Yes.
I will ensure he answers them.
Okay, fine. If there are no queries or questions, I would like to end this session. Who said engineering and medicine are two different entities altogether? When I called Madam, she was reluctant. She told me, I'm a doctor. What should I do in your program? But in the presentation, right from the engineering definition of the black spot to post-crash measures, she told us everything, more than what an engineer knows. So Madam's talk has re-established and shown that engineers and doctors need to work hand in hand for the advancement of highway systems and safety of the road users. Madam gave exhaustive data, latest data on the road crash in Karnataka or India. She also gave the classification of highways, roads. Apart from that, she actually made us understand or introduce to this entity called the Karnataka State Road Safety Authority, which many of us did not know. Correct? It's a separate independent apex body governed by a legislation. All these things are somewhat new to few engineers here, participants. Madam also told about the 4 E's: engineering, education, enforcement, emergency care. Correct? So Madam has given an exhaustive collection of details in this presentation. We are very thankful to you, Madam. We are very thankful. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Gnanendra Kumar, the Additional Commissioner of Transport Department, for having introduced to such a personality, Dr. Asha, for deputing such a wonderful personality who gave us this detailed information. We once again thank you, ma'am, for your presence and for that humble acceptance to be a speaker in our faculty development program. We hope to listen to you in our forthcoming programs. We would definitely invite you. Was that acceptance or? Yeah.
Either way, no.
Okay.
Speaking is okay.
We would take it positively. And on a thanking note, I would like to end this session. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much.
Participants will be meeting back for the third session of the day 4 at 2:30. Please join by 2:15 to avoid delays. Thank you.